Hello everyone, this video is aimed to help you to start using Unity, and not by using the GUIs but using scripts to control and basically animate anything you want. And I'm going to use an L system to demonstrate the whole process. So the first thing is to go to the link that I put on the screen now and finish all the development environment setup. And once you finish, then let's get started. So first we need to go to not this one. So first we need to go to Unity Hub and create a new project. And for this purpose, we're going to use 2D animation for drawing. So we just select 2D core and click Create Project. Okay, so now the project's open. Oh yeah, I'm going to show you first what we're going to do. So here you can see this picture. This is one of the fractal that L system can output. And what I'm trying to do here is trying to there is going to be a start of a line and end of a line, right? And going to animate how the line is drawn from start to end. So it's going to the pen is going to wiggle around this section and until it's finalized somewhere in this picture. So the first thing is we need to create a C# script and name it as line, and create another and name it as camera. And we need another we need an empty to contain the line drawing script, so we don't need to rename this. Okay, so the first thing is we click on the game object, which is the empty object we just created, and click add components and find the script and find the line, and this way the script is going to take over the control of this object. The second is to click on the camera and add components, script, and camera. Okay, now the both objects being controlled by individual script, and now we can open up the script itself. And make sure that the name you've set it to be here, like for this one, for example, is line, and you'll need to call the class name as line as well. So now I'm not going to code this in this video, but I have that code prepared. So in my GitHub repository I have this line.cs, which I'm going to copy all of them into this file. I'm going to replace them all. So I'm going to briefly summarize what these codes do. So wait a second, let me collapse all of them. In a basic Unity script, you have two major functions, which is start and update. Start is what the environment should be set up as. So you are going to put something like, in this case we need to load all the coordinates for all the lines and sort things that rendering settings. And for the update is what is going to happen in each frames. So back in Unity, when after you pressed play, it's going to compute frame by frame to show you what's happening right now. And in our case, we're doing animation, so after we press play, it should be starting to update the frame to add one segment by one in each frame. So what we need to do is in the update section to update. In this case, it's a bit complicated. Not just update line, but it's also got another option. But here we just focus on update line. So basically, in every frame, it's going to update the line. And yeah, that's the basic structure of this code. And if you want further details, go to my GitHub to check these codes. So after pasting it inside this line.cs file, save it and change it to camera.cs. And again, go to my GitHub to copy camera.cs into the camera.cs. And so now both files are saved. You can close it, and once you return to the Unity, it's going to start compiling it. You just need to wait for a bit. And okay, now it's finished. So there's another important component in this project is you need to go to Window. Oh yeah, you need to not Window, but yes, Window Package Manager, and make sure the recording is installed. Recorder. So click install to make sure it's installed, and I need to wait for this to complete. Okay, so after it's installed now, go to Windows General, Recorder, and Recorder Screen. And for our purpose, we need to add a movie and switch the recording mode to frame interval. And set your ideal FPS. Source as texture sampling, and the active camera, which is the main camera. You can switch to main camera. Select the aspect ratio, and also, of course, the rendering quality. I'm going to set to 1440p this time. And you can see where it's going to export it to in the path section. So now we're going to need to first see how the rendering might be. So back to the game project. In the script section, the script components, you can see that some of the variables, all of the variables that's been declared in the script has been displayed here. So for now, we need to first see how big the shape is going to be. So in the script, I've set it to show all of the paths so that we can decide how big the camera should be. And we can press run and wait for it to complete. Oh yeah, the location is incorrect. So yeah, another thing is that since how the script is coded, I definitely need to make sure the path to it is correct. Okay, now after making sure the path is correct, you can check the script's output in the console section. Press play and wait for the code to compile. it still has an error. File not found. Wait a second. Oh, you see, just like in this case, sometimes the input in the right section doesn't update to what you've changed the script to be. So make sure. I mean, either the settings here is wrong or the settings in the script file is wrong. So make sure both of them are correct. And once it's correct, it's going to show the whole path in this case. Oh, I'm reloading the wrong file. I've been showing you the other one at the start. So I've been showing this one. And you can only, the change of variables only take effect if none of this button is blue, so you cannot be in play mode. Yeah, you can see now that it display the entire shapes now. And the next thing is to adjust the camera. You need to make sure it's displaying in the way that you want to record. So if it's not, make some adjustments in the settings area. Okay, now after changing the angle of camera basically by clicking this rotation button and select camera, and you can rotate, and also setting the size, so make sure it's not in play mode. And let's try size as 5 and see how. I'll also change this as well and see how 5 is doing. Saying it's doing well and locating fairly centered and all within the borders. And let's rotate this again. So make sure it's in horizontal recording. Okay, now and when it's not, both is not on and it's not in blue, we can start recording. And if everything goes well, the live animation is going to show in the left section. So we didn't set the start and end, and also we still need to change the function settings. So we should change to update line, so it's actually updating the line frame by frame. And also let's just set the end of this is unit is frame, so let's just set it as 1000 and start recording. And you can see that it is doing a thing, drawing the animation. And let's wait till the 1000th frame is finished. Okay, as you can see, it's finished drawing, and let's check the path to see the file of this button. And the new one, it should be the 002, the maximum number clip should be the new one. And you can see that it is indeed drawing stuff. Despite I think the rotation is a bit weird, but still it's correctly drawing stuff out and animating the line being drawn. And if you want to watch the whole line being drawn properly on and you can find the videos on my GitHub page. There's a link in this README page, and you can click each and one of it and see how different shapes are drawn. And these shapes are based on different parameters that's given to the L system and converted into coordinates and use Unity to draw. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions or anything that I said is wrong, please just leave it in the comment section.